Welcome in. It's the ATB show. We are brought to you by AAA Work Trucks, and I always say it wrong, so I'm going to let Rubber Shoes say it because it rolls right off the tongue. He was actually, you guys will love this. All of our radio friends will love this. He was at a gig. He was at a remote.
Oh.
He had the duck foot under the truck tire. He was live.
Oh,
not at State Street Discount, but he was somewhere. Where were you?
I was at FW Web.
Oh,
Parade.
what
were you
swearing
doing?
at us.
Their counter day that they have vendor. They give out lunch. And,
He just
so
put him
I
and pretended to be
promoted-
working because he's like, oh, they're giving out sandwiches.
I drove by the beach today, and a local radio station was there giving away, tchotchkes or whatever, and I was
Sure.
like, oh, that could have been me. That could have been me.
Yeah.
But luckily, it's not.
Excellent. I have no idea what this is. They're definitely not a sponsor because I have no idea what it is. Dante? This was left in my office by somebody in the office. Cucumber bitters, cucumber lemon, grape juices, gin.
Sounds
All right.
terrible.
All right. Anyway,
Did you drink it?
not yet. If I fail on the spot, go on without me. We've had a good
Okay.
run.
You had me a gin. I'll take the gin.
Yeah. Oh, cucumbers coming through.
Wait, it has gin in it?
Oh yeah.
I got the long drink.
Oh, you
Which
did.
is,
Yeah, that's the finished long drink. Those are the ones made. What's his face is behind that.
so
Tuca.
Tuca is behind it, and the golfer, the Puma golfer. I forget his name.
Yeah, help me.
The Puma golfer.
Yeah.
Mustache,
Waffle House?
burnt orange, Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky Fowler.
Ricky, yeah.
Yes.
Ricky and Tuca
He's
make it.
also
Yeah.
a part owner.
That's the finished long drink. That is the way to the Puma golfer.
Gin and citrus juices.
Yeah, the way to cheat that, the way to fake a long drink is you can either buy those. I guess it's the national drink of Finland, and if you use everybody's favorite, my dad used to love this stuff, Fresca.
Oh, yeah.
Fresca and gin.
That's my other drink.
Yeah, Fresca and gin will
Fresca
get
and
you there.
vodka.
It tastes just like that. So, and then there's a
You're
company
trying to take money out of Tuca's pocket?
No, there's a company that also makes the finished long drink called Bevy. And I've got those at home in the fridge. But I'm drinking a Dante. I don't know what the hell's in it, but
please
yeah.
contact the show.
So lots to get to. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the Red Sox bullpen. We'll get there. Go ahead.
First thing I need to say is,
Oh boy.
apparently last week I dropped an F-bomb, and my mom watched the show. And
I
she
love
was
all of this.
appalled.
Oh,
She was
no.
shocked that I dropped it, so I have to watch myself on this week's show.
Oh,
All
my
right.
goodness.
So the moms are chiming in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like high schoolers, like our moms watch the show, and that's like about it.
Yeah, well, Cheryl will watch it later. She's recording it. She'll watch it.
Yeah.
She's recording it. But
You don't have to do that on YouTube, Cheryl.
in the grand scheme of things, I don't think Cheryl's offended if I whack the puck around the boards. Although now that I know, great mother Rubber Shoes is watching. Yeah, now, yeah. For me, as an Irish Catholic boy, we specialize in guilt. So now I'm worried that all the moms are watching. So
Was she offended because you used it in front of your wife, Rubber Shoes, or was she offended just that you used it?
That I said it. Period. Because in our household growing up, no one ever swore. Unlike my wife's household, where it was everyday talk.
Yeah.
She's laughing right now.
We didn't swear.
She
My
knows
dad,
it's
my dad would pray really loud if he was upset. Jesus, yeah. There was, My dad was not whacking the puck around the boards, but we definitely had some fervent prayer when we were in trouble. You knew he was coming in hot. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Timothy!
Tyler's been hearing
damn it.
F-bombs from upstairs since he was like 2.
Oh yeah.
But from my family, I don't think he's ever heard my parents ever swear.
Yeah, your in-laws only swear when they're watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Do they record wrestling, or did they probably record it? Right?
Wrestling. It's a huge wrestling week for the Shoes family coming up.
I can't wait to hear less about this. Go right ahead.
We have we're going to a AEW, which is a new program, All Elite Wrestling. That will be the 27th, I believe, and then either the Saturday before or the Saturday after, we're going to Ring of Honor, which is owned by AEW now, and we may be going to SmackDown.
It's like
Yeah, I
the
said
PGA
in
and
a
the Live
couple
Tour.
weeks.
Yep.
I said coming
Yeah.
up. I didn't say next week or this week. I said
Oh, I thought
coming
you
up
said this
shortly.
weekend was a big wrestling weekend. I was like,
No,
oh,
no.
you got your calendar wrong, dude.
Is this like
Yes,
the
it's not
rafter
this
wrestling?
weekend.
And this is a term from our neighborhood growing up. We would call it rafter wrestling when they were like, they would cram a ring into like maybe a Lions club, right?
No, this is actual.
right. And if
one
you
of
went off the
them we're
top
going
turnbuckle,
to-
you might hit your head on the lights like you're playing at, I don't know, St.
no,
Petersburg.
We have been to the many. That's chaotic wrestling around here. That's where we went to the place, the batting cages, and had the Indian guys playing cricket in there. Yeah, that
I don't
was
remember
chaotic
seeing any
wrestling.
pictures. Did you take pictures of that?
I think
He was
we
busy
sent-
signing
oh, it's
babies.
some videos or something of that.
Oh,
It
okay.
was probably about a
Was
year
Jac-
ago.
Was Jacoby Ellsbury there? Or?
No.
Oh,
And we have, so one of them's at the DCCU Center in Worcester, and the other one's at the Songus Center in Lowell.
Living proof that there's absolutely a public, I was going to say ignorance, which would translate to ignorance, that we are heading for a recession. If you have discretionary income to go to a small venue and to watch people jump off a top turnbuckle, like chaotic
So you-
wrestling, you're like, oh my God, where do I swipe my card?
how much does it cost though? Chaotic wrestling can't be that expensive.
Oh, Chaotic Res is like $20 for front row seats.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's like a quarter of a jersey. And that's not even a quarter of
Yeah.
a jersey. That's
Where
like a
is
tenth
it
of a
though?
jersey.
Where is it?
That's the one that's at the batting cages place.
So it's weather pending. Weather pending.
No,
Oh
indoor
no,
batting
that's
cages.
rain. No, it's rain or shine. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Any outdoor events, rain or shine.
Yeah, come on.
Come
on. It's definitely rain or shine.
Scotty's like, we came back for this. This is what we're back for. What's
I
happening?
know. I know.
What's happening right now?
I've been here in 6 weeks and we're talking about wrestling. What the hell?
Yeah. Came back for the new summer
I'm off
season. We're
next week,
talking.
by the way.
Oh, Scotty's
Yeah, so
already
am I.
decided.
Yeah, I'm out of here too.
Everybody's out. Everybody's out. What are we into? What are we talking about? Round the horn. I thought for sure that somebody was going to F-bomb when they found out that, oh my God, they got rid of Nikhil and Harry.
Oh.
Like that happened, what, overnight? Yesterday afternoon?
Yesterday
afternoon.
For a 7th round pick. Yeah.
Belichick's been waiting to do that since he drafted him.
I don't think he has, though. I don't think
No,
he has.
he hasn't.
I think
He's
he
been
was.
holding
I think
on,
he was.
hoping that he's.
Yeah, that he was
Sorry.
going to click with another quarterback after Brady decided he wasn't worth working with.
Oh,
Pretty
well,
much.
maybe,
Yeah.
but
He put
gone.
his tail
Thank God.
between his legs to trade him for a 7th round pick. That's basically a bag of balls.
He did. And I know that they're up against like the salary cap or luxury tax, whatever you want to call it. And I know this saves like $1 million. I know doesn't seem like a lot, but
Yep.
they're so tight with that right now. Saving $1 million, bucks or whatever it is, or $1.5 million, makes a big difference. But yeah, he's it's like one of the biggest disappointments. They could have had DK Metcalf. Like that's the thing I think that everyone always talks about, right?
It's
They could have had
unbelievable.
him, and they went and got freaking Nikhil Harry, who, yeah, it was just probably one of the biggest disappointments in recent memory from a draft perspective for the Pats, for sure.
Well, and when you put them, DK Metcalf that same weekend walks in to meet coach. Pete Carroll has his shirt off. There was so much testosterone in the room that weekend when they signed him. But yeah, you now look back and you're thinking, who did we pass over to get to him? And how bad of a decision was that? Who was involved in that? Was, what is that, 4 or 5 years ago now? And some of the talent that's left the building since then. So
Yeah.
it's horrifying that the drafts might possibly get worse. And I think the other conversation right now is like, we're 20 minutes away from them all being on the field together, getting ready for August, and I still don't know who's running the offense. Everybody's running the offense. I'm sorry, it's offense by committee, right? I mean, is that
Right.
the plan to win a Super Bowl?
That's how they do everything. That's how they do everything.
It's
I
a
think they're
terrible
going to be
idea.
doing the Kentucky Fried Chicken menu like Andy Reid.
Oh, well, keep going. Don't mind if I do. I'm going to unbutton. Keep going.
It's
all right,
5
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Chicken, let's
Getting
go.
greasy. Don't make me get my Colonel Sanders Funko Pop, because I will.
Oh my God.
Do you think I don't have it?
I believe
on.
you.
Get it.
There he goes. There's one in Tyler's room too.
I can't believe. Where do you get that? At Kentucky Fried Chicken? Or do you have to order it online or what? Let's see it.
Yeah,
Get it from Newberry Comics.
You gotta have it.
that's
You could order
Why
it.
do you have that?
What,
Why
I'm
do
so
you have
glad
that?
you asked, and
Adam,
everybody's gonna.
Why
yeah.
don't you have
Here
one?
comes my long answer to your short question.
Please.
It's a coaching tool.
Okay.
So when you're talking to anybody in any business, right?
Wait. Hold on. Hold that up to your face, just real quick.
Oh, you want the lookalike?
Like
I have the
side-
lookalike.
oh, yeah.
This is not the
Yeah,
lookalike.
this is
It's not the
don't have
lookalike.
Who's the lookalike?
You asked for it.
13 minutes in, we've lost Tim twice.
Oh yeah.
What I think is so funny is you bust on Rubber Shoes so bad for his Funko Pop collection, and yours is just off camera. ahead.
This, because at the
hear it.
office I get called Grandpa Lindsay. This is the lookalike. The old guy from Up.
From up car.
Yes.
So much so, the running joke is we're gonna put a four pronger cane with tennis balls outside my door just to screw with people, because we forget. Like I forget that I'm 90, right?
Yeah.
And new
Yeah, of
kids are
course.
joining the company, and they're like, and I like, they're our marketing director was born after Janina and I got married.
Oh,
I will repeat that.
ouch.
She was born in 98. We got married in 96.
Oh,
So like,
my God.
what we laugh right now. This is how they see me. Yeah. And then of course, I've got a copy of Nate Dickey, Mayor McCheese,
Oh my God.
because he knows everybody. Those are the only three I have. But anyway,
Oh,
it's,
okay,
it's a
all
coaching tool. The whole thing, and just to give you the cliff notes, when somebody's a business owner, and they're like, no, I got to do it. It's got to be me, right? When people don't want to scale with talent,
Yes.
the conversation is the colonel's dead, and the chicken tastes the same because he found people that were going to stick to the 11 herbs and spices, right?
I like it.
So if you surround yourself with talent that adopts your standard, you can grow and go on vacation and then retire and all that kind of stuff. So
Come for the Boston sports, stay for the business advice. I like it.
stay for the chicken. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
You're welcome. Yep.
Thank you.
We're done now.
And
I
thank
guess.
you for the explanation too.
Have a great week, everybody. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. It's a pleasure. Now I'm distracted by my toys, but go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
We were on football.
The
Football,
lost
right.
toy that Bill Belichick drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the running back by committee, yes. The offense by committee is horrifying. And I don't know how they didn't get it done with Bill O'Brien. I just don't know how they didn't get it done with Bill O'Brien. How did you not get him to come play with us? And I
Because they
know
would've had to pay
he's probably
him.
making more money at Alabama and figure it out.
Yeah, but they would have had to pay him. They don't have to pay Judge and
Patricia.
Fat Pat.
You Fat Pat. Here's the thing though, they're gonna pay either way. They're either gonna pay by sucking, right? Like it's a I'm gonna go into my Al Pacino, right? It's a game of inches, but there's gonna be a couple of plays, a couple of bad decisions because three of them are all yelling into the headset at the same time. That one clear focused person that we pay handsomely could have made the right call in the right moment to win. Think about 2 years ago with Cam and the Seattle game. It was one play. Could have won that game. It was one play. It was a horrible call. And that was with the coach that we loved.
That was McDaniels, yeah.
Yeah. And now we
How
get
many times is Mac
Here's
Jones
the-
gonna
the
call
thing is, though,
timeout in frustration?
it's
I
the
think we should
blind leading
put
the
bets
naked.
on that.
Blind leading the naked. Oh, there'll be an over under for that. Yeah.
I guess the way I look at it, I'll be the contrarian here and look at it
Please
from
do.
a positive perspective. You always look at like I'm blanking on the actual name of like the program that they put out there when the Pats won in 14, right? And they had the different it's not do your job, but it's something very similar to that. Basically talking about all the different coaches that actually go into football is very unique in regards to that, where there's so many different coaches that actually have so much input, not only throughout the week, but actually during the game as well, where yes, there are certain, play calls and things like that, but there's tons of stuff that is coming from, the O-line coach to, the running back coach and things like that too. So, and I think Fears, didn't he retire or is he still there?
Fears is
I have to
gone.
look that up.
He's
He is
gone.
gone.
Ivan
He's
Fears.
gone.
Ivan Fears
Yeah.
stepped down. Yep.
So that's obviously a big hit too. To me, that's actually a bigger hit than not having a term deemed offensive coordinator that's there, just because of his voice in the room. But there's so many things that so many coaches that influence things throughout the week in the game that I think Belichick looks at it as it's it is a committee. It's not just necessarily one person. It's constant. Now, obviously with McDaniels and because even if you looked at if you watched Man of the Arena when they had Billy O'Brien on there, he actually was never called the offensive coordinator. He was that was never his actual position. He was the quarterback coach / offensive whatever. I think he had some other title, but it was never official offensive coordinator. So it's one of those things where I don't think he's just because it's never been decided or tagged doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be the end of the world. Like they're not going to, I think, I don't know if see them going 5-12 because they don't have an offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? I guess that's the way I look at it.
No, but I look at it. Yeah, I understand they don't have a defensive coordinator this year or last year, so I understand not having the title. That's fine. They've done that a lot of times, but neither of these guys have called plays to a quarterback in a crisis situation and have to get the plays in on time. You get 18 seconds before it shuts off. They're going to be calling in. Mac Jones is going to be doing this. Hurry up. I need it. And then he's going to have to call timeout because he ran out of time.
Yeah, I'd be surprised how often that happens. I'll be honest with you. I mean, the only reason I'm saying that is because, that's where the practice comes into play, right? That's where everything that they're doing now in August and, July, August, and all the stuff that they're doing and all those different camps that they've been putting together, that's what they should be doing now. And I'm going to go back and say, if Belichick, they talk about it constantly, right? He practices for the game situation. They always talk about that. They're going to have that situation in practice constantly. And if the coaches aren't getting it right there, he's going to be on their ass anyway. So I think that, I would be surprised if you see, I mean, is it going to happen? Yeah, it probably happen every once in a while, but I don't know if that's going to be the, what gets them to the playoffs or what does not get them to the playoffs. I don't know.
Well, that's what we're going to find out this year. We're going to, it's always been said, Bill's the smartest guy in the room. We're going to find out if he really is the smartest guy in the room this year.
I don't think what we haven't mentioned yet is Mac Jones and his incredible new physique. Have you guys seen the photos of Mac Jones and how ripped he is and how in shape and ready to go?
You're the only one that gets Playgirl, but keep going.
Okay, no, it's a website I go to very regularly. So I mean, it doesn't come in the mail anymore, Tim. Are you Grandpa Lindsay? It doesn't come in the mail anymore. No, but you didn't see the pictures? You didn't see the pictures?
No.
Come on, Scotty saw the pictures. Scotty's going to back me up. He saw the pictures.
Yeah,
Scotty, you saw the pictures, right?
Yeah. Yes, I did. He
looks good. Yeah.
Okay.
And he looked like, I'm not one to talk, but he looked a little chunky at the last season. He looked a little chunky for an NFL quarterback.
Well, the comparisons to Brady's freshman year. Right, he just came in and there was nothing.
Right.
It was just he was
exactly.
He was a potato. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess my other concern is too, and it's probably more of a safety net, and at least it's a different look. Is they're departing from the fullback set, they're going to two tight ends. They're committed to that, right? Mm-hmm. That's going to be part of this offense, and I think there's just it's not a lot of change. And they need to change stuff. I was surprised last year I'll rest on as a BC football fan. I don't know why any team is like, let's get the film from '85, Raymond Berry, the draw play, keep it between the guards, right? Because we started to sort of sneak back to that over at the Heights, and then there's just a lot of very run into the back of the guy in front of you happening with the Patriots. So I'm not upset about them stepping away from that. I just hope the two tight end set and his new physique, and I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think there's a huge opportunity for them to steal people's cheese because I think, I don't know. I don't know anybody. I mean, the Bills, yes, don't get me wrong, the Bills, but the Jets. Do I think Zach Wilson's going to come out and suddenly be out of his mind good? I think the defense is going to be better because they got what's his face? Who they get on the defense? The safety or the corner? The Jets got a stud. Drawing a blank on his name. Their defense is going to be tighter. I don't think their offense is going to be over the moon. And I think Tyreek Hill is going to He's going to ruin that locker room. I think he's going to ruin that locker room.
He's not going to catch up. He's not going to be what he was with the Chiefs. It's just not going to happen. He doesn't have Patrick Mahomes throwing to him. I mean, Mahomes. As much as I can't stand Mahomes, I know Timmy, you don't care for him either. But he's not throwing the ball. Tua is throwing the ball to him. I mean, half the time he's going to overthrow him, half the time he's going to underthrow him, and then every once in a while he'll hit him down the field. But I don't think he's not going to be putting up numbers like he did in Kansas City, I don't think. So I'm actually not that concerned about Miami personally.
So
not only that, but he's gonna get bracketed a lot. That's I don't think he realizes that. Between McCole Hardman and Kelsey and all these other weapons that they had in Kansas City, like they were loaded. Sorry, I almost swore there. They were loaded, for on offense. So he's going to get bracketed quite a bit. So I agree with both of you guys. I think that he is going to have some serious struggles, and he's going to be vocal about it. And I would actually the one thing I will disagree, Adam. I think he's going to underthrow 70% of the time, maybe overthrow like 30.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh.
All right. Fair enough.
I get what I love. Well, I mean, I've always said this. I love fall. Like I love from truly Columbus Day on. But as soon as college football starts, which is fascinating, and we have to pick on him because he's not here, and that's when we do it best. Dugan, who is turning 50 this weekend. Dugan.
Flowers.
Dugan hates, and I have to practice saying this without laughing or throwing up. Couldn't do it. Dugan hates college football. College football is, I'm not going to sing. Oh shit, I'll do it. Sorry, I swore. It's the most wonderful. It's the best. It's the best. It's 10:30, and on ESPN 38, Hawaii's playing Oregon alone in the Pac-12. We'll get to that later. I love football season. I hate that when we get there, summer's over and kids are back to school and all that stuff. But I cannot grasp the concept of hating college football. I just don't get it. And I think I have people on screen that agree with me.
Well, I'm not a huge college football fan, but I appreciate the excitement about it. And because, I don't have really a team. You have a team that's actually halfway decent. UMass is eh.
Not if we stick with that Ravenberry draw play. But anyway, yeah. I mean, beside that.
I know what you mean. The time of the year is a great time
it's just,
of year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like Sports Center is just nonstop highlights. There's always a game on, and it's just, I love it. And you could argue now, I mean, even before name, image, likeness, it was like the kids are still playing, to make themselves. And now that we're going to have a bunch of business people on the field and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that's going to ruin it. I don't think so either. I love the parity in it because there obviously there's going to be two power divisions now. It's going to be SEC and Big Ten, right? And that's it. The lost third place now is the ACC, and after that, it's just nobody cares because of the move of USC and UCLA over the Big Ten. But I just love it. Yeah,
I think there's no parity in college football.
Well,
it's very top heavy.
Well, you're going to get your early upsets. You're going to get your early upsets when people are playing their crap 12th game and stuff like that. There's that kind of stuff. But you're right. It's going to be very predictable when we get to the end.
It's going to be like
it's Bamba Lamba and
Ohio,
somebody else. Yes.
Yeah, Alabama, Ohio State, and then either LSU or Auburn.
Yeah. No, that was the wrong word. There's no parity. You're correct. But I don't know. I love the variety of it. I love the fact that there's always a game on, and we'll have to get Dugan on at some point to talk about this as we get back to the NFL. His text to me the other day, he all worked up because they're bringing back the throwbacks, which I think we're all excited about because
he can't stand.
He hates. Yeah, he's so grumpy about all the wrong things.
He's so angry.
So grumpy, just home yelling at his TV.
Throwbacks.
Yep. Yeah. So Well, the Bumblebee uniforms in Pittsburgh are terrible, and they changed the name of the stadium. We don't have enough time. This is like the English patient. We'll be here for 4 hours today. He hates the throwbacks, but he's very mad, and it's true. If you look at what Rydell did with their new helmets, the Speed Flex went to the next level. I forget what it's called. Rydell has a new helmet. It's very quirky looking, and because of all the incisions and the brake plates, the logo, Pat Patriot, is like an emoji. You almost have to squint to see him because he's tucked up above all the incisions, and it's just not this big. What they should do is just drop a huge one and just cut it where they need to cut it, and fold it into the brakes. So he was like, "Can you believe this?"
Wait, these are out now? These are out now.
Yeah, if you look, they did a showing of what the throwbacks are going to look like for us. It's the white pants with the stripes, the red shirt, and the classic helmet, white, which is the weirdest thing. It never made sense to me, and Scotty probably knows, or Rubber Shoes probably knows. For that handful of years, and the reason we got away from our throwback uniforms was they decided, and I'll just say Goodell because it's easy to blame everything on him because he sucks. Hi, Roger.
Sure.
They got away from you can't have a second helmet. They wanted the for safety reasons to have it consistent. Although, when you are in the league prior to that in college and you go to Uncle Phil Knight's school, Oregon, the most Nike-ified school of all because that's his school. Oregon has, what is it, Scotty? 78 different combinations?
I have 4 or 5, I think.
And counting.
32 helmets, right?
They really
and
do.
those are the college kids who are supposed to be worried about the children, right, Whitney? It's all about the children, right? Yeah. and then you get to the NFL and they knocked it down. So now they're back. But if you look at the new, Speed Flex 4 or whatever, the new Rydell helmets, they're chopped up quite a bit. And they're tucking the logo way high, and it's tiny. And Dugan's pissed. Happy birthday, Christopher. Love it. Love it.
Should we send Dugan a BC foam finger or something for his 50th birthday?
He doesn't want any of that. He hates Boston College. He hates the Golden Gloves. He's not salt of the earth. Yeah. Yep.
That's true. That is true. He is not salt.
Grew up right up the street on Agnes, and he hates all of it. Yep. So grumpy. He'll have you know, though, I grew up in Belvedere. We know, Christopher. We know. Yes.
Oh.
Rubber Shoes knows what I'm talking about. The Belvedere neighborhood of Lowell. It's different.
Oh, he grew up. He's from Lowell.
Oh yeah, Dugan's a Lowellian.
Oh.
A Lowellian. Yep.
Oh,
Lowell.
I didn't know that.
God
Yeah,
help
you guys
us.
should talk sometime, Dugan.
Belvedere is their own
Rubber
city,
shoes.
actually.
Is it considered its own city?
No, they think they are. but-
like the Republic of Cambridge in Boston. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Got it.
When you get calls to Belvedere, do you go out and put the fire out or no?
They have to put their spats on first. Grab your spats and your ascot.
That's the
Hoi
area
polloi.
they didn't want the new high school in because they didn't want them
yes.
walking through their neighborhoods.
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
I remember that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. All right. We exhausted
happy
football.
birthday,
What are we
Dugan.
doing? Where are we going?
Yeah. Well, I think we should talk Summer League, Celtic Summer League, don't you think? Rubber Shoes is
Yeah,
gonna
I
lose his
was
mind if we're
glued
not
to the
talking Red
set.
Sox.
If you guys saw my text the other night.
Did you see that there's a new Matty Ice?
No, I'm not ready for any of this.
No,
You
tell
didn't
me.
see?
And I'm almost done with
Ice
my
is-
Dante, so finish up. Go ahead.
No,
He's-
I like
he's-
that kid. I don't know if that's you kind of jumping the gun on that name though.
What's happening?
I like him. I do. I hope he gets some
What,
minutes.
Matt Ryan?
Yeah, two nights ago, two or 3 nights ago, he hit the game winner against the Bucks in the Summer
He
League.
rolled his ankle too.
Like-
It looked like it freaking hurt, man.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Oh, there's a Matty
that was
Ryan on the
crazy
Celtics.
game, though. Yeah, his name's Matt Ryan, and he hit the game winner, so he's my new Matty Ice.
All right, I'll take it.
And he was the leading scorer last night for them too.
Yeah.
he's
We
playing
flip
well.
past it, and Janina's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's Summer League." She goes, "Oh God." I'm like, "Oh, I guarantee Scotty's probably watching this."
Oh, yeah.
I was watching
Were
it
you?
too. I love it so much.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course I do.
I love
watch all
it,
of them.
man. It's so much fun.
That's why I texted
Dude,
him like, "This is terrible."
It's like a
Put it back on the Golden Girls and finish my cheesecake.
I was watching the Red Sox blow it, so
Well,
Yeah. Well, that's
I don't have Nesson. So
we've got
I
our
don't-
first
I don't have
spinoff
Nesson
show, the Red Sox blowing it tomorrow at 5. Yeah.
I have to actually go to Boston to see a friggin' Red Sox game, which was, by the way, best game I've seen in
A
long-
1,000%.
that was a great game
Well,
you got
dude,
to go to.
Unbelievable.
when you texted us, I'm like, why would he just keep your mouth shut? I was so fear-filled for you. Because I'm like, okay, the weather's good,
Yeah.
but just don't tell anybody you're there. And this happens. This happens at least once a year. Rubber Shoes knows this. This happens at least once a year. The wife and I and the boys are sitting in our seats at the Heights, and it's whatever game it is. And Aiden's godfather, Coach K, Kevin Branco, will text me and be like, just put 250 on the Eagles. I'm like, do not tell me that you're putting money on my people right before kickoff.
yep.
Yeah, no, that's bad news.
And he
That's
can't
bad
help
news.
himself. This was during
He
COVID.
sends it in a group text too,
This is during COVID.
so everyone knows.
And I'm sitting, it's cold as hell. Aiden's in like a weekend tournament. BC's at at Clemson a couple years ago, guys. Remember this? And we were romping them at halftime. And he texts me. And I don't look down. And then he calls because he's an asshole and he knows. Like the knife is on the stick and he's poking it through the bear cage, right? So I just pick up. I'm like, don't tell me what you're about to tell me. He's like, we're in the money, brother. He's like screaming. I'm like, you're such a dick. And you could literally hear, if you're a Catholic, you'll know what I mean. You could literally hear the curtain in the sanctuary tearing, right? Like, what are we doing right now? Why would you do it? Why would you tell me you did it? And then why would you tell me that you're in the midst of winning at halftime?
So
and we came out, and summarily, it was a bad snap by our center. Drawing a blank on his name. We had the kick set up to win the game, and bad snap, and we lost. And Kevin lost, which then I called him back. I'm like, you're a jackass. You'll always be a jackass. Like, you shouldn't even tell your wallet what you just did. Never mind me, right? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So when Scotty did that, I was so fearful. I'm like, oh, my God. He should have kept it to himself.
Yeah, and they were down.
You got the win, though.
Heartbeat, down 4-0, and then 6-2. But
awesome.
Yeah, they rallied, man. It was awesome. It was
super
awesome.
good.
There were so many douchey Yankee fans. Hopefully, that's an okay word.
It'll pass muster.
I think we've hit all of the mom words.
I think it's all right for everyone else to swear, just not me.
We're gonna get Mama Corey a 7-second delay. Can you see her?
Beep. Just for me, especially, I'm the one cussing the most. But yeah, there were so many Yankee fans around. So many,
terrible.
So many,
Yeah,
and
that's the best when they come back and win. That's the
game
best.
so good.
Yeah. Oh, it really did. Yeah, because there were a few folks that they were talking so much in the first 3 innings, which granted,
well,
they should.
They're up
but then it was
75 games.
awful.
Yeah.
But then it was terrible. And then they brought in the kid Ort. Making his debut, and he freaking went in 3 shutout innings. It was awesome from the Red Sox bullpen, who's bottom corner there.
Yeah, he was good last night.
What's that?
He was good last night. He was the one good reliever last night.
Yeah, he's the one. He's always one. Yeah, but it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Just kind of shut them all up, especially in the last few innings. There were guys like really giving it to Sox fans, and we couldn't really say much because when you're down 15 games in the standings. As well.
I think after that game it was 14 though.
It was.
There it is.
We were leaving.
Now it's 25.
We were leaving, and we're like, Yankees suck. It was the chant, and then there's one guy, there's one obnoxious Yankee fans. 14 games.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the Yankee sucks chants when they're in first place by a million games.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, they really don't suck. So
but it's a tradition. It's a tradition. You got to do it.
But every time
it just feels good.
It
feels good.
Something bad would happen. Every single time they'd start chanting that, something bad would happen against the Red Sox.
Yeah.
But,
so we're always talking about those ridiculous hats, and one of our agents came in today, and he had on the red snapper shirt. So it's the hot dog from. So Maine always does their thing. Last year they did the whoopie pies. This year they did the red snappers. I have the bean supper hat, and then we were talking about how the Fisher Cats this year are doing the chicken tender hat to celebrate. If you're familiar with Manchester and Bedford, the Puritan Backroom. Chris Pappas, the Pappas family owns the Puritan Backroom, and they claim that they invented the chicken tender. I mean, they're really good. I'm not going to give them any crap. They're really good over there if you're headed there.
Not a sponsor yet.
Get the chicken tenders, not yet. Chris Pappas and I don't vote the same way. He probably won't. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So that being said, we're talking about all that stuff, and I was talking about how I had the
political show, Timmy.
The logo's red, white, and blue. And you and I, again, will do a show by ourselves soon enough, so it's fine.
Fair.
Yeah. And I've got a lot of actualities.
I'll stop interrupting.
End of quote. Repeat the line. So that being said, you're all welcome, everybody. So that being said, we're talking about a team down in Brockton. You know the Brockton Rocks.
Yes.
So the Brockton Rocks
we discussed this on a previous show. Yeah. Go ahead.
I apologize about all the kids that are playing there.
Yeah.
Super
Rubber Shoes
cool.
and I talked about it.
I apologize.
Thanks for watching the show, Tim.
So you want
fired?
Yeah, no. We took a vote when he wasn't. This should be his last show. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I agree. 1,000%. Yeah. You do it now?
When I wasn't here, what was that, last year?
But if I shut off his camera now, then we'll have a blank spot in the bottom left-hand corner and a blank spot in the top right-hand corner. That's going to be okay? Yeah. No, it's for the kids. All right, thanks. Bye.
for the kids.
What'd they
was
say?
my mic on? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's okay.
We didn't hear the other end of the conversation.
The Bluetooth phone was on.
The Bluetooth phone.
Don't make Cookie Puss make decisions.
It's Adam's favorite.
Oh my god!
I promised it wouldn't come out, but it did. Yeah, no, I just thought that was
here it
super
is.
cool. And now they have now they're adopting a throwback logo, which is the old White Sox, which is super cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys saw that, because their logo right now is the
Yep.
Sox with the boxing gloves hanging off of it, but the throwback is the White Sox with the batter, which is super cool. But I had no idea until he told me today about Pedro's kid. That's awesome. That's awesome. Has anybody been
Sheffield,
down there?
Folk, Ramirez.
Yeah. Have you guys been
Sheffield?
down
Did
there
you say
for that?
Sheffield?
I mean, I feel like Rubber Shoes has probably been there at that
I haven't-
baseball
I've
field
never
for a
been
rain or
there.
shine wrestling match, but not for baseball. No.
The furthest I've traveled for wrestling is, well, other than New York City, but that was big city.
That's pretty far.
Big
We went-
city.
Went to,
Put your big boy
went
pants
to,
on.
to SummerSlam in Brooklyn, actually. So that's the furthest I've traveled for wrestling. But other than that, it's only been to Webster, Mass.
do
What
they
was
do in
happening
Webster,
there?
Mass?
Oh, it was an outdoor event.
Bunch of middle school kids
Yeah.
jumping off roofs.
on a high school football field. Fill in the rest.
You can't contain them. You
What
can
is
only
it?
hope to
Yeah.
control them.
It actually was really good. It was a really
was
good
really good.
take.
Well,
The
he
best
traveled
part
for it. It
about
must have
it
been
is
good.
that it's cheap.
The best part about it is probably if Billy can't see, he just gets on Tyler's shoulders.
Yeah.
The picture at Father's Day of you guys golfing, which I love that you still do that. God rest your father's soul.
Yeah.
I love that you still do that. And Tyler standing next to you. And I don't think like Aiden's really hasn't seen the two of you in the wild. He's like, dear God. I'm like, I know. I know. He's like Andre the Giant.
I didn't see that
It's
picture.
so
I would
funny.
like
So
to.
I'm golfing over the weekend with these guys for the first time, and they keep calling me, "Oh yeah, the big guy," and I'm just thinking, I'm like, "Oh man,
If they saw
I
Tyler,
ever saw my son, like I feel miniature next to him."
I think you should try and get him into a wrestling ring
He
or a
thought
batting
about
cage,
it.
whichever you prefer.
he thought about it.
So that chaotic wrestling program, so originally it was oh crap. God, I hate when Alzheimer's kicks in.
It's here. She's here.
Yeah. So there's
Oh my God.
an old time wrestler from around here. He's passed away. He used to run a school around here, and chaotic wrestling was that's where they used to try out. So that's a lot of people that have made it big have come through that school, and they've taken it over. They changed it. Now it's like the New England Championship Wrestling School or something like that.
Yep.
But they do during the summer, you can do like for $75, you can do a day and go and learn the moves and take bumps and stuff like that. And he's actually thought about it a few times. Actually, he has a friend that's doing it right now. Is in the school.
If
That'd
that
be-
happens, we want him on the show while he's in the school.
Oh yeah,
He's got
there'll
to
be
be
lots
on
of
the show.
video if that ever happens.
Mic him up.
Yeah.
How proud Rubber Shoes would be.
Up.
And like I don't
Free tickets
know.
for life.
Yeah, would you be like Lou Albano? Would you be like Freddie Blassie? Like I don't know. Like what would you morph into as the manager?
Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji.
I love it.
I'm gonna-
maybe Bobby
I'll
the
wait
Brain
for the
Heenan.
genetics to catch up. But okay, keep going. What?
Bobby the Brain. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Can you grow a Fu
Bobby
Manchu?
the Brain.
No, actually, I can't.
I noticed you must be using your looking ball drops because you've got no classes on.
So, the contacts by themselves.
This is only the
work
third mention of this
amazing.
on our show so far, by the way.
Yeah.
my God.
Just the third
So-
mention.
I'm
so far.
intrigued. I'm
You only,
senile.
you only
I'm
talked
intrigued.
about it for 25 minutes with the episode. It was just the two of you.
So, the beginning of golf season, where we were talking about my handicap, how bad I was compared to Tom Brady. So I brought my handicap down 5 strokes in the last month.
Still not a sponsor. Keep
because-
going. Yep.
So the beginning of the year, I was wearing my progressive glasses to golf, and if anyone wears progressive glasses and wants to try to golf with them, don't do it. So now I have these contacts, which was basically just to help me play sports. Well, what a difference. So before the contacts, I was shooting over 100 every week, and now I've been right around 90. So I've been like 10 strokes better, and just by my eyes being better.
Scotty, I'm gonna give my time on the floor to the senator from Maine. Help me. Like Scotty's like, how is that a thing? These are progressive.
Oh, here it is.
Like, what? Oh my God. We haven't talked about the Suns yet enough. That's what he's very worked over.
The Connecticut Sun. Thank you. No,
what about the WNBA All-Star game?
We're not going to talk about my vision. That's fine. Go ahead.
No, that's good. Yeah, we have a text chain for that. You can text people. Hey, what about these progressive lenses? So, Rubber Shoes, you must have watched the WNBA All-Star game.
Background.
Rubber Shoes.
I see all the highlights at the gym every morning when I'm watching Sports Center. So I do see a lot of WNBA. I don't know what they're saying because I don't. The sound's not on, but I do see a lot of highlights. So that's why I knew it was the All-Star game the other day.
Do you see the highlights because you're using your eye drops? Sorry. Look at Duke. Duke's just like, I'm out. What are we talking about now?
For this?
Go ahead. Next.
No, keep talking about it. Go ahead. Sponsored by Lens Crafters.
Nope.
So I golfed with guys that were 5 and 6 handicapped like Tom Brady, and believe me, they should not be on TV.
What are we talking about?
Talking about when it was the last when it was Rodgers and Brady and Allen.
The match. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I said I won't watch it because I can see bad golf.
Because you shoot better than them
at my local club. I didn't say. I never said I shot better than them.
But now you do with your new.
They're not professional golfers. They're professional football players.
Right. But it was also for entertainment though, right? That's what I thought.
It's to raise money. Ultimately,
raise money, entertainment.
They're raising money for that food pantry for
the food across America.
Well, I didn't watch, so I didn't know. They should have sent me.
You didn't watch it?
I told you I wasn't gonna watch it. I had no interest in it.
Wow. But you'll go to a batting cage for wrestling.
I didn't watch it.
Scotty, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I have a 4-year-old losing her mind. That's what was happening. I didn't catch like 90% of that conversation the last like 5 minutes.
You're fine. Well, I was going to just ask you real quick.
You didn't miss much.
I was going to ask you a regional question. I saw Mother Duquette scurry through the room as well. Yes,
she did. Yeah.
This is right down the street from you, by the way. Shameless plug. Still not a sponsor. You know that little grocerette in South Berwick?
Yeah, Nature's Way.
You know. Yeah, Nature's Way. You go to the back of that little beer room.
Mm-hmm.
This is. What is it called? Maine Craft Distilling.
Oh, yeah.
She would not hate these.
Blue Shine Lemonade?
Yeah. I mean, they're ridiculous. It's like $16 for a 4-pack, but they're phenomenal.
The latest that's come out is straight out of Berwick, but it's like the straight out of Compton. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
The IPAs. Yeah, it's a double IPA.
Good straight out of Berwick.
Straight out of Berwick, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Got a lot of microbreweries in Maine.
Yeah,
Adam, you didn't tell me when it was tulip picking season. I missed it.
Oh, sorry, man. You got to stay on top of it. It's a short season.
Tell me about it.
It's a short season. Did we miss the tulip season?
Missed the tulip season. Still lobster roll season though, so you're good.
Yeah.
Always.
Mother Shoes and I don't eat lobster, so.
What?
I know.
I have no idea. I have no idea how we're friends. I don't know. I really don't know.
Seriously.
Yep.
I know. The Onion continues.
Probably wearing Lakers underwear
shoes.
right now. What is your aversion to lobster? To shellfish?
No.
You don't eat any shellfish?
I'll eat crab cakes, but I won't eat crab by itself. I won't eat lobster by itself. Like I'll eat lobster mac and cheese, but not.
What? What?
Wait.
eat lobster.
Start the day again. Start the day again. I want to go back. I want to be Bill Murray. I want Groundhog Day. I want it to be February 25th, and I want to start over.
I'm so
Oh
confused.
my god.
You will eat
is
lobster mac and
happening?
cheese, but you won't eat lobster.
Like, will you crack a lobster and like you won't do that?
No,
Will you eat baked lobster pie?
maybe. Never tried it, so.
Oh my god.
All right, so we're digging. This is like therapy. We need a leather recambier. That's going to go in camera 5.
we
Yes.
do.
Help me.
I don't really care for the taste of it. That's why I eat crab cakes, because I like the stuff they put with the crab to make the crab cakes. I like the mac and cheese. That's why I can eat lobster mac. Like, I won't purposely get lobster mac and cheese because it's going to be like $25, but like if it was
3 years
served
ago, yes.
somewhere like at a wedding and it was
Sure.
free, I would eat it. But I'm not ordering it. I would rather have steak all day than lobster.
Okay. In a similar vein, we'll take a vote. We're going to take a. We got to get to whether Tiger makes the cut, but I got to find out. Scotty, are you pasta salad or mac salad? I mean, pasta salad being a vinaigrette, mac salad being mayonnaise.
Yeah. When I was younger and not trying to keep the moobs off my body, I would say macaroni salad. But now I'm more of a pasta salad guy.
All right, rubber shoes. Mac salad or pasta salad, vinaigrette or mayonnaise.
Why do I have to choose?
I'm because you're making my point.
I want both.
You want both.
Yeah.
So you would eat the pasta that's flavored the same way like the mac and cheese. All you're doing is swapping out the carb. Like to not eat a lobster roll that's going to be enveloped in mayonnaise historically. Correct, boys? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
Hot butter.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the
Depends on
Connecticut
where you get
lobster
it.
roll, Adam. Yeah, that's
Right.
the Connecticut
No, I
lobster
know.
roll. There's
Right,
different ones.
right.
Well,
Yes.
so we had at AAA Work
lobster rolls
Trucks.
better
Thank
though.
you very much.
AAA
We had,
Work Trucks?
A couple. We had Employee Appreciation Day. They had a few food trucks, and one of them was a lobster roll truck. And I ate them because like I don't go out and purposely get lobster because I don't care for lobster that much. And even like I would need more mayo on my lobster roll than they put on it. It was okay.
right.
Like I
So you don't.
If,
You literally. So why would you even get lobster mac and cheese? Because all
like
you're
I
trying
said,
to
I
do is
would
cover
not
up the
order
flavor
it.
of the lobster.
I wouldn't order it if it was
This
a
is my
side
favorite,
at
by the
a
way.
wedding, and I would eat it. But I'm not going out of my way to order lobster.
Whose wedding
All
did
we're
you go
doing is
to that they
curating
serve
menus
lobster
for
mac
people
and
that don't
cheese?
want him to go to their wedding. That's all I'm trying to do right now.
Oh, I went to actually a wedding that they had surf and turf. It was fillet and lobster was
Yes.
Wow.
and I traded my
amazing.
lobster for someone's fillet.
You went double steak like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
You are a maniac.
I thought you were gonna say real.
My wife's the same way. She actually, so I never ate it even as a kid. I never had no desire for it, but she actually ate it as a kid, like, cracked open and did it every year down the Cape. But she just doesn't.
Look at Scotty. So Scotty, you're off
doesn't love
lobster.
it.
Oh no! Fuck, what? No, I swore again. No way. I'm a Mainer.
He's from Maine.
I'm a
That's
Mainer. What do you
illegal.
think?
Yeah.
They'd arrest him if he was off lobster.
I have a guy. Okay,
I have a lobster guy.
lobster guy. Yes.
Yes.
I've got a
Fresh off the
longshoreman,
boat.
God damn it.
Fresh off the boat. No. Are you kidding me? Jesus, no.
Oh,
Lobster. Come on.
Rubbish shoes.
I've
rubbish
tried
shoes,
it many times, but it doesn't do anything for me.
All right.
What do you? How do you
Yeah,
feel
man.
about like a shrimp cocktail? Do you do a shrimp cocktail?
I don't eat shrimp.
Oh,
Is that because of gout or just aversion to shellfish again?
No, it's because I used to clean them. When I worked in restaurants, I used to.
Is this on the same website that you found Mac Jones pictures? Like, what is happening?
I used to devein shrimp and, cut them open, wash them, and deshell them.
I don't.
Where?
And Bainbridges.
Oh
And
my
also,
God, Adam.
Eight
yes.
bridges. Yes!
Forgot about
And
that.
also at
That's amazing.
Seafood Connections. Remember Seafood Connections in Drum Hill?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Next
worked
to
at both of those
Timbo's?
places. Yep, worked at both of those places.
Wow.
Interesting. All right.
Deveined thousands and thousands of shrimp.
Oh,
And
man.
I can't even stand the smell of it cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're yanking a prolapsed anus out of a shrimp on a
Yeah.
regular basis, you're like, I'm good now. I think I'm out.
Because I did
I'm gonna
eat
tap
shrimp
out now.
before that, I used to eat shrimp. Now, yeah, I can't even. It's although I did have some at Feng Shui at the Japanese steakhouse upstairs at Feng Shui. I did have
Okay.
one there. I didn't throw up, so it was good. It was okay.
Yep. And the other patrons at dinner that night also appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
Yes, of
lucky.
course.
Yep.
Wow.
You see Rubber
Tiger
Shoes grabbing a
Top at
shrimp
10.
cocktail. I don't know if I'm going to puke, but let's give this a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna wash it down with a straight out of
wasn't
Berwick.
even, like, I'm just gonna take a bite. No, I threw the whole thing in. I'm like, all right,
All right.
because it was everyone that I was with said no shrimp, and yet they still brought it out to all of us. Good thing none of us were allergic to
You
it.
took it as a dare. Okay.
So I was like, oh well, since they brought it out, I guess I'll try it again. And once again, I ate it. Just doesn't do anything for me.
We need to keep a record of all of the craziness that Rubber Shoes
Oh my
admits to
God,
on this
it-
show. I mean, it's like nonstop. I love it. Every
So is it
episode, there's
that
something new. That's
I'm
crazy.
the only quirky one, or is I'm the only one that actually brings up the stuff that?
That's not what he's saying.
My
It's just,
quirkiness.
yeah. It's
no,
just, yeah.
That's
no,
what I
I
want.
have quirks too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
If you
care.
want to try,
who reads
if you
my
want to try
book.
and peel my onion, feel free. It's not going to be
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh,
so.
that sounds personal. Yeah.
It is personal, but it's okay.
No.
Every time I hear that, though, that all I think of Shrek, just because you're peeling the onion,
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's all I can ever think of. So
All right.
So
So,
half the last night Red Sox game was good. Chris Sale looked not great, but good. 5 innings, gave up no runs, only 1 walk. He didn't break any TVs, so
That's
it was a
good.
good outing for Sale. And then their Achilles heel showed up again. That's their. But help is coming. Help is coming.
go ahead.
Garrett
Who's
Whitlock
coming?
will be put back in the bullpen when he gets back. So they're going to, Schreiber's been doing good. Hauk's been doing good. They're going to get Whitlock in the bullpen. They're going to be able to get past some of these guys like Tyler Danish. They're not going to need anymore. There'll be people going down that they brought up because they were just so thin in the bullpen. And I doubt that my wish will be heard, but I wish that they go out and do something by now to the trade deadline, but I'm not hopeful. I don't think that this ownership group really wants to go all in and try to win World Series anymore. I think they want to be on the cheap. That's why they're not going to sign Devers and they're not going to sign Bogarts. They have Trevor Story, who probably, I don't know if anyone
his
here
finger.
wants to break his hand or not.
I don't know. It looked gross, though.
So it is not looking good for Red Sox fans. It looks like they're going to take the Jeremy Jacobs approach and just, make the playoffs every year, get their, one series of playoff money, and that's it. They're just going to pocket the money and not invest in the team.
So you think they're not going after Devers or Bogarts?
Definitely not Bogarts. Devers maybe because he's young enough, but I don't know. The trend seems like they're not going to sign they're going to be the Tampa Bay Rays.
If they're not going to sign Zambo, don't they move him? They can slide Trevor over to short and let.
well, you're going to have like Jeter Downs come up and replace potentially put him
that's
at second.
their-
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But why would they not go get a starter if they know they're not going to sign both of them? And I agree with you. I don't think they're going to let both go. I think they're going to pick one. I'd love for them to grab. I'd love for them to retain both, but they're not going to do that. I agree with you. And Devers is out of his mind. I mean, he's phenomenal. But if it's going to be Bogarts is going to go, then why wouldn't you move him now and try to get a starter for him? Like, why would they not do that? And I agree with you. They're happy
Because if
it's because Fenway prints money because people just go because it's an event, and if you're in Boston, you go there. Like if I'm in Tampa Bay, God help me, I'll be calling you guys for a ticket out of there. I'm in Tampa Bay, like, oh shit, how do I get into the garage? You know, like I'm not going to a game. We got seats by the C Ring. Like it sounds like it's something you got at prom. You know, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, well, honestly, it's terrible. That place, yes. You must have had some shellfish, Mr. Corey. Your C Ring's inflamed. Yeah. Holy smokes! I agree with you. They're an event. They're going to just be Fenway, not really the Red Sox. And I don't necessarily completely feel this way, but it's just one of the things in his portfolio of investments right now.
Yep.
Because I'm one of the people that I'm super annoyed that he bought into the Penguins. Like that to me is just like your chocolates and my peanut butter. I don't like that at all. Like that's just weird.
You're not going to go to the Winter Classic?
They bringing Pittsburgh to Fenway. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, the sight lines are shitty. I'll watch it from home. Thank you. Yeah.
They're bringing Pittsburgh
Sorry,
to
Mother
the
Corey.
home that John Henry owns.
Mm-hmm.
The team
Rubbish
he owns
shoes.
to the
Yeah. It's horrifying.
If they don't sign those two guys, are you going to tell them off like you told Dan Duquette off?
Oh, I might.
Did you hear that last week?
It's getting to that. So I'm as my wife said, the very optimistic Red Sox fan that thinks that
Too optimistic.
Everything's going to be, turn around. They're going to, they bring Sale back. They get a volley back. Everything's going to turn. So I am that, but I'm seeing the writing on the wall that they went all in to win the World Series that they did since 2004. I appreciate that, but it looks like going forward, they're not all in. And if they don't sell the team, they're gonna be like the Tampa Bay Rays. They're gonna make the World Series every once in a while, but they're not gonna have enough to win it. And it's they get you excited every couple of years, and I hope I'm wrong, but that's the chatter I've been hearing on all the talk shows is that's all the beat writers are saying that's the way that it looks like they're going. And I'm not going to be a happy Red Sox fan in the near future if that's the way it goes.
Who's your backup team?
Thank you. That's what I was going to ask.
Because I know there's 15 shirts in that closet.
I mean, the Expos aren't coming back.
Actually, I don't. Probably Dodgers.
Oh, Jesus.
Dodgers.
At least they're willing to spend money.
I'm out. Look at Scotty's. I'm out.
Well, if
I
you're
haven't
a
really
Dodgers
thought
fan, you might
about
as well
it.
go back to the Lakers.
I'm
then.
hoping
He can't help himself. He has to go back to L.A. Yeah. Well, this is why I love Magic, and Magic is involved with the Dodgers,
That's
right?
right.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
No.
He's not denying it.
Actually, we have to thank Magic Johnson for
For
the
what?
World Series because of the trade when they traded
Beckett.
Josh Beckett.
Yep.
And
How about the St. Louis Cardinals? That'd be a good team. Tatum's hometown, St. Louis. You could root for them.
that's it.
That's a good backup.
Is it?
I can root for every team except for the Yankees and the Red Sox.
That's what you should do.
Yep.
Does
But I hope
we're moving on, Scott?
wrong.
We're losing.
Tiger
Scott.
tees off at 10.
Yeah. So starting tomorrow. Simple vote. If you guys want to pick who you think is going to win the weekend, that's fine too. Does Tiger make the cut?
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question first?
Go ahead.
So once again this morning on SportsCenter, I can only read the scroll. So I guess he ripped the LIV guys. Does anyone know anything about this?
Yeah, he was
inform-
pretty upfront. His quote, and I'm paraphrasing, and Scotty can help me here. I think what they've done is they've turned their back on the association that got them to where they are right now. The PGA put them in a position to be, and like I'm good with like I mean, I don't know what you want to use for an example or a correlation. I'm good with the WCW and the WWE. I think Madden football was better when there was 2K football. Yes, right? When you have a competitor, it's always going to lift the lid on what you need to be doing, so you can't rest on your laurels. And I just think they're so diametrically opposed. They're treating the sport like all other sports. They're getting paid for their efforts up until this moment. DJ, they were just talking the other day on the Golf Channel, DJ was signed to live for more money than all of the purses in the European Tour combined for one season, right?
Wow.
And now you go and live is Roman numerals for 54, which is if you birdie every hole on 18 holes, you shoot a 54, or they only play 3 rounds, which is 54 holes. And that's all cute and awesome. And if you see the social media, they're all on this plane where they're seating out back and a party out front. And it's one big party and there's no cut and they're not lifting the level of the game. Are they going to attract people to it and sort of, for lack of a better term, bastardize the sport? I think so. I'm not against it, but I'm not. I know if I searched right now, and I haven't. I had my big TV in my office on Tour de France this morning, and then I switched over to, I'm at the old course right now watching Ernie Els putt. I don't know what's happening. I don't care. I'm going to watch this because if I want to track down Liv when it happens, it's not every weekend. Because they're all exhausted from not playing and drinking too much or whatever. No judgment, clearly. But like in the grand scheme of things, like when they are playing, I got to go and find them on YouTube and then watch it live. It's not that big of a lift. But when they get to a point, they're going to start to dig their heels in when they get to a point where they have a TV contract. And I don't know who wants to take that because if you want to be Betamax, you might lose. Like they could turn into a laser disc real quick if they're not careful, I think.
I think the only way they get picked up is some streaming platform.
That's another thing they'll do. They're too cool to be on network television or even a cable network. It's going to be a streaming platform. And the public fund, backed by the Saudis, has the money to create their own goddamn thing. They're probably doing it right now. And more power to them. But I just, and the thing they're going to be doing in Boston, the Live Tour is coming to Boston. Tickets are for sale right now. They're pretty reasonable. It's like $80 a day, or like you can do like $175 for all 3 days access. Go do B. But I also know I'm sitting there watching Phil, who hasn't shot well at all in any of the events since he started. Going to go watch Phil, maybe care, maybe not care. Who cares? It's that Jerry Seinfeld line from he's got this skit that he did when he was doing comedy on stage. He's like, what are the horses thinking when they're running at the Breeders' Cup? You win, I win, who cares? We finish, nobody gets their legs broken, we all get a feed bag. Like that's the concept.
Yeah.
Right.
You want the trophy this week? Everybody gets a trophy. This is what ruined, and I'm part of the generation of parents that said they all get a trophy, everybody gets an orange wedge, and we're not keeping score. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is starting to leak into pro sports. And if that's what this is, I don't hate it, but I'm not knocking myself out to watch it. I'm locked and loaded on the best tournament on the planet for golf is the Open. Yeah. And the fact that it's here and you just saw Jack and Tiger on the bridge on Monday. If you weren't watching that, go back and watch it. It's awesome. And Jack giving a speech to the old course and thanking the people there for accepting him, and he got his honor. Jack Nicklaus was just honored in the same breath with Ben Franklin. I think him and one other person have been given that honor. That's the history and the legacy of the PGA. And I think this Live thing, I don't know. Maybe she'll be around, but it feels laser disc-ish right now, I think.
I think the Live thing is literally the golf version of what the USFL was. You know what
Janina
I mean?
said XFL. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's lasted already longer than the XFL, I think. But
yeah,
other than the fact that Rock's trying to bring it back. But yeah, I don't see it lasting. And honestly, it's what interests me actually, to be honest with you, because not to piggyback on everything you just said, Tim, but it's funny because a lot of Live players are playing this weekend, right? So I want to see. Let's say Tiger makes the cut and he gets paired with DJ or he gets paired with Phil.
It's so good. Yeah.
Now that's appointment television right there.
1,000%.
Not that I won't be watching it, at 5:00 in the morning because like the 5:20 is Will Zatoris, Matsuyama, and Tony Finau. Like that's an amazing pairing right there. Like I would watch that at 5:20 in the morning, mostly because Ava's awake at that time anyway.
Sure.
But yeah,
she'll be up making eggs with a cigar going.
Yeah,
I'll be watching it.
To me, the Live, the whole tour is kind of a joke, and I'm actually really happy that guys are coming out and actually just calling him out on it. You know what I mean? Like, and Tiger finally, Tiger was quiet for the longest time.
And people thought he was jumping. Yeah.
And then he finally was like, yeah, this is, it's kind of BS. This is ridiculous that they're, what they're doing, because the only reason they have this opportunity is because of the PGA Tour. The only reason everyone knows that Dustin Johnson's a real, his name is DJ because of the, because of the tour. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gretzky's, you know what I mean?
Gretzky's daughter, yes. That's the other reason people would pay
attention. Not a DJ if it was, the fact of the PGA Tour. So I don't know. There's all these things that it just kind of drives me nuts. But it is what it is, and I'll tell you right now, it's going to make for really good, really interesting, entertaining weekend, and I can't wait. And the fact that it's at the old course makes it even better.
Well, in a parallel,
I've been to St. Andrews, and it's freaking gorgeous.
In a parallel, you've been there.
Mm-hmm. I went to when.
Did you wait in line and play?
Scotland. What's that?
Did you wait in line and play?
No, we couldn't get on the old course. We played Straththeelum, which is a course on St. Andrews. So I did play a course at St. Andrews.
That's
it was
amazing.
Not the old course or the new course, because I couldn't get I didn't get the pick for the lottery.
Yeah, people get there like 4 a.m, and usually, if you're lucky, you'll get maybe a tap on the shoulder by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like Dave Matthews tickets.
The fact that we could get a tee time at Straththeelum, which I can't say without
that's amazing.
Was awesome, and the course was amazing, and I have a ton of pictures from it. And the town is freaking really, really cool. We ate at the same place that I don't know, some royals met, and I think my wife was all big into that stuff. I don't know.
Yep.
Some royals met and fell in love there and stuff, because there's a university there and all that stuff like that. But anyway, it's really cool.
Did you have
the lobster
or a lobster roll?
I did not. No, hard pass on the.
Did they have a lobster mac and cheese?
Yeah. Did you have a lobster?
Didn't offer it. Didn't offer it. But
that's too bad.
That's amazing.
But I do have to drop. By the way, I do have to drop. My daughter is losing her mind, so I have to go. But
we're all gonna get out of here. We're all gonna make our call. Does he make the cut, Scotty?
Yes, he does.
Tiger makes it to the weekend. Rubber shoes. Does Tiger make it to the weekend?
Yes.
Oh, a believer this time. I love it. Yeah, Adam.
Yeah,
my expert opinion is he does not make the cut.
Oh, I love the contrarian. Thank you for that, sir. You will get a crisp $30 bill from me for that. I think he looks great, and I think he's jonesing, and I think this is just his moment. I think it's going to be awesome. And to Scotty's point, and this would be next level, if he makes the cut, Phil figures it out because he's been playing horrible, and they got paired for Saturday or Sunday.
Would be cool.
That will be ratings
so
will boom
excited.
Because what he said the other day was a punch to the throat of Mickelson.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's amazing. With that, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Rubber shoes. You've lost so much hope in the chat. It's unbelievable because of the lobster. We'll get to that later. Tulips and lobster next week. Thank you so much for checking us out. atbshow.com. Go there for all the links, and we'll see you in and around the internet. Please subscribe, and please comment, and please share. And thank you, boys. Have a great night.
You too.